WHM Enterprises started tearing out the curb in the parking lot up here in preparation for pouring concrete. They have since poured the concrete and Richard has since striped it off. Also the bollards that we had discussed have been installed in the upper parking lot to prevent anybody from driving through or driving through the crowd. Nelson had to replace the handle on the computer room door as the old one literally fell off. And like I said, on September 10th, the contractor finished concrete work out here. Violations, we got 124 closed in 55 minutes. That concludes my report.
Madam Chair. I just wanted to ask Jack and let everybody know here, when we had the murder mystery a few weeks ago, we had, which was some of these things not working, we had, I don't know what it was, a power surge. Anyway, all the lights went off, the air conditioning didn't work. Thank God we did have the microphones that still worked. And the show went on, but it raised a couple of questions I had. One, is the building surge protected? And have we been able to determine why we had the failure and maybe do something?
The failure was, the failure was from the power company. I don't know what the reason of it was. There's evidently at least 2 services coming into this building because you had power outage and you still had power. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's what I can't understand, but was it one of the legs fall off of a 330 or something of that nature that was causing us not to,
I don't know.
not to work? And do we have surge protection for the equipment in the building?
On the computers and whatnot in the office, we do have surge.
I don't know the efficacy of it, but I think it might be something that we might want to look at.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Excuse me. What?
And Wayner, that wouldn't have helped that problem was the power company, because my power was out when I got home. And it didn't come on for a couple hours. But yeah, we discovered during that time that, because we had air back in that room.
Right.
We had some lights. The microphones were working. So it's got to be on 2 different power grids. They must meet here at our building.
One building. That's why it doesn't make sense. You and I were together that night looking.
Right, we were looking everywhere for drone breakers, but we couldn't find.
Yeah, we've got breakers in this room, we've got breakers back here, we've got breakers in that closet there, we got breakers in the room down there.
I think we found them all, we just couldn't find any number trips.
Yeah.
We were looking for breaker.
Right.
I was doing the sound on that night, and I've been doing sound here for about 11 years. And something happened in this room. Before, we used to get disconnected from the internet every now and then, but now it's almost continual. I don't know what's wrong with the internet, that's not my area. But I do know that I picked out every single piece of sound equipment in this room, and they all worked fine before that murder mystery. Somehow we got through the play, like that noise that we're hearing. I don't know what that is. I think it's from the phone.
Let's go with the call.
Oh, it's the phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're getting a bunch of background noise.
anyway, there was a lot happened, and we try to give you the best sound we can during these meetings.
And there's nothing going on here.
What are we doing?
There's nothing going on. I can't even hear a bird.
Okay, go ahead, Rick. We're just having a sound problem.
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. I've been doing this for 58 years, and I've never had a connection, and then all of a sudden I don't have a connection. When we don't have a connection, we can't adjust the sound so the audience can hear it.
Rick,
We
do you
can't
have,
do
do you have your own router, or do you use the Wi-Fi in the building?
No, we use a travel router, which creates its own Wi-Fi network. And we connect to that. And we're usually pretty stable with it, but he just got disconnected from that, and I got
They should be replaced.
I don't think we need to replace it. I'm not sure. I think we need to have whoever provides our Wi-Fi come in and advise us.
I was gonna, excuse me for interrupting, but I was gonna suggest, can we call Spectrum and ask them if everything is working up to snuff?
All
Or
right,
they
I'll
can make a
contact Spectrum.
recommendation that would help us.
I do know that since that murder mystery, we replaced 2 receivers. Wireless microphones need a transmitter, which is here, and a receiver, which is plugged into the mixer. Yeah, that's exciting, isn't it?
So
Let's-
can you
let's
press the
do-
mute button, please? We keep hearing the kids in the background.
I don't have any kids in the background. I'm sitting in a room with nothing open or anything.
Somebody's got kids here.
We've just crossed into the twilight.
Jack, do you think
I'll
that,
mute my phone, but it shouldn't be me.
okay,
Well, we thought it might be, so
Um,
don't you,
is there any possibility that maybe the power surges caused the issues with the pools too?
Possible. I mean, we have problems with pool pumps, bubblers, fountain,
Yeah.
cameras. We have a lot of problems.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alan Hale. I'm an
Wait,
electrician by
wait.
trade. Sorry. If you guys got a 3-phase system, there's a good possibility you lost one leg. And if your air conditioners are a single phase 2-pole breaker, your air is gonna keep running. And you're only gonna lose certain things within your home or in your business or building.
well, that's a good point, and this big air conditioning, the air handler back in there, Ed and I went back, we got it, it would come on,
Right.
and 60 seconds later,
Yeah.
it was shut down.
That's
Now,
be-
either that's an
That's because
overflow
it's probably,
switch.
that's because it's on a 3-phase system and the overloads are picking it up inside the system.
That's what,
Has nothing to do with the breaker, it's the actual way the operation is of the equipment. That's for overload protection, it protects your equipment, so it doesn't burn up on you in situations like that. So there's a good possibility you just lost one leg, that's why you're having intermittent feedings around the building, certain things were working, other things weren't. My suggestion is the next time that situation happens, and you got somebody here, shut the motors and things off on your 3-phase system, stuff like your air handler, anything that's operating on the full 3-phase, because otherwise you'll burn it up.
okay.
All right.
Sir, usually when people come up, they say their name, and I didn't. catch
I'm
it.
Alan Hale. I'm
Alan.
over on Gold Pine.
Okay, Alan, thank you so much for your point.
Would you be willing to help us if the board has any other questions? If we can- Thank you. Okay, so, Jack's finished with the manager's report. Make a motion that we accept the manager's report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Aye.
Okay,
She had to unmute, come on.
okay, art committee?
Chris Dombrowski for the art committee. We elected Tanya as chairperson. She's ill today. We recommended 23 arcs for approval. And
I'll
one
make a
for,
motion that we accept the 23 that the art committee has approved.
and one was disapproved. It's not a approved color. And that's for the house on Gold Pine.
We have a second for the first.
Second.
motion. All right. We need a motion to disapprove the one.
You gotta vote on the first motion.
Sorry. Yeah, I knew what this is.
Oh, no, you're doing fine, let's go.
Okay. I need a, all approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the Architectural Review Committee on the disapproval of 8223 Gold Pine Drive.
Second.
All approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Committee reports. We have live oaks.
Hi, I'm Gail Rupp. I'm reporting in absence of Beverly Hudak. From our August 26th meeting, we reviewed that we had finished the cleaning and the organization of the supply room. I also would like to personally thank Mike for doing a tremendous job taking care of the floors, both in the kitchen and the supply room. The board reviewed our scheduled events for 2025 that remain for this year and have plans in place to put those on for you. We also reviewed the 2026 events calendar, and we will publish a calendar for 3 months in advance, beginning November of 2025, on the Facebook Activities and Events site, and also on the bulletin board to assist in acquiring volunteers for events. Additionally, if you've noticed, there are also sign-up bulletins, a big easel in the back of the foyer. Live Oak socials have resumed starting the first Tuesday of each month, which began on September 2nd. And our next Live Oaks board meeting will be September 30th this year.
Yeah. Do we have anybody from the library?
Yes.
Hello. Debbie Perini for the Library Committee. The committee met on September 4th this month to discuss recent issues that were resolved and any changes or addition plans. I believe you have a copy of my minutes. They decided to add a new category for documentary DVDs and move a couple of bookshelf categories. And we plan on rearranging the puzzle cabinets this month for easier access for the residents. At this time of year, generally, we make many donations to other libraries and nonprofit organizations because we need to prepare for the extra space that's needed before seasonal residents return this fall. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Planning committee?
Bonnie Lipsky, 1261, Chairman for the Finance Committee. We had received 10 violations. 7 violations were corrected, 3 were enforced, and 7 not enforced. Questions? Thank you.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business. We have, oh, okay, sorry.
All right.
You might have skipped me because I'm
I'm
asking
sorry,
for money.
Karen, I had you down under our new business.
Oh, I'm not new. Anyway, I just wanted to announce that we're having our health fair this year. Karen Fritsch, chair of the Better Living Committee. We're having the health fair this year, and it will be October 28th from 10 to 12. And of course, everybody's invited. We're going to have over 30 vendors so far, and some new vendors we're excited about. So I'm hoping residents will come out and check that out. And we will have refreshments, which kind of segues into my my request. And I'm asking the board if they would donate up to $400 for us for the refreshments. We will have money from the vendors, but this would be like a cushion to pay beyond what we get from them.
Any discussions on that?
Can we move that to new business, that part of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Well, because that's the way we had organized it beforehand, Karen, but we are going to address it in new business for you.
All righty,
Thank you.
sounds good.
You got it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Okay. There were, we got reports for the audit. We have decided.
I would like to make a motion that we go with Affinity for the audit and for the audit
Tax return.
at $4,550.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept the $45.50 from Affinity for the audit. We have a first with Susan and a second with Dave. All approved?
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
Yes. I just wanted to bring the attention of the board, and I kind of got criticized by the board on some of these items, but I want them to realize that, I'll read from their presentation letter, this is Affinity, that they require certain written representations about the financial statements and related matter. It says just certain ones. I don't know. I think we're signing something. We don't know what we're really signing. That statement. And then, by the way, nothing against this accounting firm, because almost every one of these would have the same thing in it. And then you are responsible. Otherwise, Casca is responsible for the design and implementation of programs and controls to prevent and detect fraud. I don't know of ever having a meeting concerning any of that.
That's resources responsibility, and that's what they do.
Pardon?
That's resources responsibility.
They refused to sign off on it, I'll tell you that, Jack. I've tried to do that in the past, and they refused. And I've never seen them give us a statement or anything about it. Okay? We can look through their contract and see if it's there, but we can, I'm just bringing these up because I don't think the board, I think we just sort of gloss over and think it's there. And I haven't found it. Okay, now to continue on. Maybe there's this, I may have just read that we are responsible for the design and implementation of programs, controls to prevent and detect fraud. I think I don't think we have the accounting ability in our do that. So those are the items I wanted to bring out. I think the board needs to look into it further in the future here. I think the buck is passed on to us, and I'm sure, because I know Ed and others and Sue have had to sign off on these things. And I think that we really need to have somebody looking into our systems. And like I said, resource management has not done so. Thank you.
Good night.
Okay,
I'd like to say that I looked at that letter as a typical boilerplate. If something happens wrong, it's not our fault, which even my own CPA has me sign that before he does my taxes every year. So I wasn't really as alarmed, but I'm not a CPA like Rick has been in his life either. So I didn't know, so I wasn't really caring. The control that we have is not only the control that of the accounting system itself, but is also made up of a committee of you, finance committee that looks at every single expenditure. and make sure that the check was written for it was of that amount. And it's a tedious job. I did that, with Patty Wisely when she was the chair of the committee. And it is tedious, but that is another internal control. And then you have us looking at the financial statements on a regular basis to do that as well. So, Rick, I'm concerned like you are, but
Dave, have you
Not that.
designed, have you helped design or checked into the design of our accounting system? I don't think anybody has. Okay, and I think, I agree with Jack that I think it's resource management's responsibility.
They do have checks and balances in place. I mean.
You know what they are, Jack?
No, I don't know.
No, I don't think anybody here knows.
I could get somebody from accounting to discuss it with
That would be good. And I also tell you, and I think you'll remember this back when I was treasurer, Ed and I, anyway, we went to check on the accounts because we were trying to move accounts into interest bearing. And we got this statement from Resource Management. By the way, there's $500,000, which we don't know where it is. You guys got it up there like that. I thought it was crap, okay? Because I didn't know where it was. Nobody up here knew except Debbie. And Debbie was on vacation. That was a long week for me, let me tell you, Debbie. And when she came back, she was able to pull it out. And we got that information to Resource Management. But for them to drift along with $500,000 and not knowing where it was, shook my confidence in this. So it's just an area which I think we need to be aware of. I thought this was a good opportunity to make the board aware of it and that we continue to do something about it. Thank you.
Okay, we have a,
excuse me, Don, do you also want to approve do you also want to get a motion to approve the tax return?
But would you like
we haven't
me to
voted
have
on
it
that one yet.
voted
We're
on
just
this?
voted on this one first.
Right. But
I think we're gonna take those as two separate motions, if I understand it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we have a first and a second motion to accept 4550 from the CPA. Do we,
We have the motion, we need to vote.
right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, we have, all opposed.
I'll move that we accept Affinity's contract to do the Form 1128 for $250.
I'll second
Any discussions?
it. Yes, I'd like to just clarify for everybody here that they do the audit and then they charge you extra for the tax preparer. So some of these bids, when we got them, they didn't include the tax preparation, which would have been extra. So we were able to get that all combined into that price, but it's two separate people that actually do it.
Oh, a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion accepted. Now, parking lot changes.
I pretty much covered that in my manager's report, that everything's complete out there, the bollards are done, the curbing has been replaced, and the concrete installed.
Well, we need a motion to approve what we have done.
Yeah, we got a bid from,
WHM Services LLC for $2,750 to remove the concrete oval and repave it with concrete.
compared to Pave Masters bid, which was $8,450.
That was good work.
So, do we need to make the motion to accept WHM services for $2,750?
Yes.
Excuse me, my understanding, Jack, that this has already been done, but the bill hasn't been paid and it's 2750. And of course, we have to vote to pay it. Is that correct? That's what we're really doing right now.
Right. Well, this went out in an email, and also Debbie had to sign off there at the office for it. Well,
That's part of what, I never got a notice anything about it, so. All right,
well, I've got your email in my board of directors email, so,
it says that I signed off,
well, no, you never responded.
so they're gonna pass, because you need a full thing.
I've got everybody else's.
Doesn't matter, it's not a majority thing. And add mine to it right now, that's all, so, thank you.
Mike already voted on it via email. Sue voted on it via email.
I voted on it via, the email.
No, I don't believe you responded, but
I did.
Donna and Dave
Right.
did.
And I didn't know about it, I don't know where, how it got. I'm saying that our rules require a 100% vote. And that's a minor item which I'm bringing up. Somebody should have phone called me and said, hey, you didn't vote on this. I would have voted. But I'm just saying, I'm voting now. So it's make it-
Already had the quorum prior.
It doesn't matter, you don't do a quorum.
Well, Rick, you gotta check your email.
Okay, but would you please read the rules? Okay, thank you.
Right, we're making a motion to go ahead and accept the 2750
Second.
WHM services.
Second.
First. Discussion,
I'll give you a second, please.
yes.
No, we have.
I'll second. Who did the first? Whatever.
Okay,
Sue made the
so all
motion.
approved,
Aye.
Aye.
all opposed?
You know, now that that's out of the way, if you don't mind me just interjecting. When a job is done of the size and complexity of that parking lot job, and it has to do with elevation and water running, you can have all the engineers you want, you can have all the architects you want. But even an interstate highway system has change orders too. And it has no reflection on the people that approved this project to start with. It just, the water didn't flow the way we expected. The cars can't negotiate it the way that they told us it would. So thanks that we're going ahead and accepting that and looking forward and making it so it works for all of us. So I hope everybody will keep that in mind, because we do have a couple other changes over here. And then there's one on the other side that somebody got a hold of us on that said there was a big puddle when the people played tennis and bocce. They came out, they got to walk down through the street to get back to their cars. So we're looking into that as well. But, you know, everybody that sits on this dais tries, I don't know anybody that's here that isn't trying their very level best, either that have been here now or that were here before, to do the best they can for this community. And I hope everyone will meet what we're trying to do with that spirit. Thank you.
Okay, the seawall repair was next in line, but we've already taken care of that. On to new business, new committee volunteers. We have a letter of approval for June McHale to the Architectural Review Committee.
I'll make a motion that we finalize or appoint June Mitchell to the Architectural Review Committee.
Second,
All approved?
All in favor? Yes. Aye.
aye.
Yeah, they were stuck in my head. Sorry. All opposed? Motion carried. Okay, Better Living Committee.
Karen.
Karen. Yeah.
Do you want me to read the letter for you, Karen?
Okay, so Karen's already made the motion, asking the board for $400, for donations.
I don't think I should be involved. I think everybody knows Karen is my sister. I will resolve, I'll step back from this vote.
What Rick has said is that he, being related to the speaker, is withdrawing since there will be no question of his ability to make a fair judgment on the expenditure of this large sum of money for that. Maybe, Rick, I should withdraw as well because my wife is on the Better Living Committee as well. And not because I don't think I could make a good decision, but I might make the wrong one.
You have to go home.
Now I understand you charge $10 for the vendors, right?
I didn't understand what you said.
I'm thinking, y'all, charge $10 for the tables for the vendors.
Yes, we do.
Is there any way to maybe increase that to 20 so that you can self-sustaining for next year?
You know, we could,
This would be for next year.
yeah.
We're not talking about this.
You know, I can't speak for the whole committee. I definitely, it's a very democratically run committee, and I would have to bring it to all the committee members. That is a thought. My understanding is we charge very little compared to other places. And we've discussed it before.
Okay. All right, so do we have a, motion for accepting the up to $400 this year?
I will make the motion that we reimburse the Better Living Committee up to $400 for what they need to provide for the health fair.
Do we have a second?
I'll make a second.
All opposed, all approve, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All opposed? Motion passed.
Could you note one abstention, please? Mr. Aguirre abstained.
Thank you, Sharon. Okay, Susan, you want to talk about the ad hoc for the architectural guidelines?
I will make the motion that we set up an ad hoc architectural guidelines committee and with, two board members, which would be Dave Kaufman and Donna Mosier, and 3 members of the community, Tanya Binkley, Beth Huda, and Dennis Ball.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept the nominations?
Yes, I'll second the motion to create the committee and make the appointments noted.
May I speak on the committee? Why?
Sure.
Okay, we know there are things in the ARC guidelines that need to be changed. And this is a board prerogative, but we thought we picked specific people for the committee. Tanya, since she is the chair of our current ARC committee, Beth Hudak, because she's a realtor, and what we do as our deed restrictions affect whether people will buy in communities, so that if we're trying to do something that's over the top, she will at least have a guy to say that might cost us a problem. The third is a resident who is a senior resident, but lives in a family community, so that there would be input as to what happens because some of our guidelines affect the communities that are family communities.
He's also a retired attorney too.
Okay. That is
Dennis
how the
Ball.
committee was picked, and the board has that option. Okay, is there any other questions from the board?
The third person, I think you talked about, I believe it's him. I don't
Yes.
think you stated the name.
Dennis Ball.
Oh, all right.
Dennis?
Any other questions?
Hold on a second, we have someone coming to the microphone.
Okay, thank you.
My name's Michelle Saccone, and I live in Spanish Gate Village. What is this committee going to do?
are we revising all the architectural guidelines? Are you holding people accountable, why do we have another committee? Because we already have an architectural committee. I don't know what these people are for.
Okay. If it's okay with Donna, I
Go ahead,
will
Susan.
answer her question.
Yes,
The architectural committee right now uses the guidelines that we have as in what they state to decide whether something meets our guidelines, which are based off of our covenant. There are some things that we can change that are not in the covenant, such as the material that a fence could be made of. What this committee is going to do will be looked at the guidelines to see if there are things that need to be changed. They will bring their results to the board. The board will decide whether they agree with the committee. And then it will be noticed to all the residents in Timber Oaks that there is change and that they can pick up new copies and they'll be posted on the website. But it is just to look at things such as what fences are made of. And a couple of other things that, because of time, our guidelines have not necessarily been up to date. Because times change.
So will there be any input from the community before the board makes a
Yes,
decision?
the board has all been asked to go through the guidelines, and also I've asked Debbie to go through the guidelines, and they will have a sheet that gives them some areas to look at. They can look at everything, and they have a time limit on it too. When I was working with the board, we're hoping to get this done within, that committee to get it done within 6 weeks. To report back to the board.
So again, community members have no input in it.
Could I address that, Sue?
Go ahead, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you so much for caring enough to come to the meeting and also questioning. I really do appreciate it. But I want to tell you, she mentioned my name as one of the people on the committee. And word of this committee got out to members of a committee that's going to be working on it and helping us with it, the ARC committee. And one of those members of that ARC committee already called me this morning and wanted to know if he would be able to have input. And so I'm saying to every single person in this audience, as far as I'm concerned, Donna's right here. We want your input. We promise that we'll take what you've said and we'll look at this. And then that's not the end of it. They're just going to make recommendations for us, which you guys will all be aware of too. And we're going to do this as a community. They needed to be updated. There's some things that don't make sense in them. You guys all know. So we're just going to update them, have them comply with state law now, which they have changed, and make sure that we're abiding by that. It's not going to change the complexion of it, though. Thank you.
okay.
So I'm not in confusion. Is this a committee of the ARC guidelines, or is this a separate, equal committee that we're designing that doesn't report to the ARC committee?
The committee, Rick, as I understand it, it was outlined to me by the president, Sue Muniak, is that the committee is just going to update and make sure that we're abiding by everything that we have. As soon as they make the recommendations to us, their work is done.
Their recommendations do not go into the ARC committee, and it comes directly to the board.
Correct. That's
And
right.
of course, they cannot make decisions. The board has to make decisions.
Correct. But we could sit here and talk about it, but having the people like the chairman of the ARC
I understand where
committee.
you.
I knew
Okay,
you did.
Do we have a motion to accept the committee ad hoc?
I think we already had a motion and a second. We were discussing it, so it would be calling for a vote.
So all approved,
Aye.
Aye.
all opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Fines and suspensions.
Okay, this is my first time doing this, so I hope you guys will be patient with me too. But I would like to make a motion to find the owner of 8023 San Bernardino Drive for maintenance of the lot that is in violation of Tosca covenants up to $5,000.
Do we have a motion?
Per day.
Do we have a motion? And it's been seconded. Okay. All approved?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 10823 Los Santos Drive for $50 a day for maintenance of the home that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
Question. Make sure it's done. I'm looking at the home. Number two. Is this about the driveway?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. No more questions.
All right, all approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next one on the packets here, there's been some late developments in, and we're going to skip over that one. The next one is, I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 10538 Farnham Court for maintenance, $50 a day for the maintenance of the lot that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
All approved? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Down that way. All opposed? Okay, motion passed.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 10734 Pepper Tree Lane that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
Before we go on. Excuse me, you need a second. No.
Do you have a second?
What are we talking? I'm looking at the photo. You're talking about that one bush there? Yeah, I'm not sure.
The whole house is actually covered with overgrown, trees and shrubs. That's just one shot. As you can see, the shrub there next to the driveway, as you can see, the right side of the garage, you can see, right outside the building.
If you drive in front of it too, and you look at the garage is all like multicolored, faded out.
Ready to vote.
All right, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Ready to vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 8031 San Fernando Drive, $50 a day for parking of vehicles that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 10719 Achita Drive, $50 a day for modification without application that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 8311 Winding Wood Drive, $50 a day for maintenance of the home that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 8030 San Bernardino Drive, $50 a day for signs that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 8114 Los Alamos Drive, $50 a day for maintenance of their lot that is in violation of Toxa covenants up to $5,000.
All in favor?
Before we go, madam, I only have one page. I don't have any backup with it. Okay, no problem.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'd like to make a motion to find the owner of 8114 Los Alamos Drive, $50 a day for maintenance of lot that is in violation of toxic covenants up to $5,000.
This is what we just did.
Yep, there's two of them on here.
I'm trying to read and see the difference. Give me a second, please. Each owner.
One is for cutting the grass, one is for shrubs. Trimming shrubs.
Mine read exactly the same on both. First, let me see your first.
Bonnie's here. Bonnie, do we have, two on Los Alamos?
She wouldn't have that fire.
Oh, she wouldn't. Oh, she's fine since suspension.
I don't-
Not yet.
Is there two of them?
There are two.
Well, and for general discussion here, what I'm looking at, it does say where it shows the violation section such and such, it reads exactly the same on both of them. Up above it says, please review the description of the violation. One says maintenance of lot dash, please trim shrubs. And the other one says exactly, not instead of please trim shrubs, it says please remove dead palm.
No, the other one says, please
Right.
cut grass and edge grass.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. That's it for today, for me.
Okay. One thing I want to bring up before we adjourn the meeting today, it was brought to my attention, please remind everybody that they are needing volunteers for the Halloween trick or treat for the kids. So please make sure that you sign up for that if you will.
Where do they sign up and who is?
Jennifer Smiley is in charge of that. I'll get with her, but we'll have a sign up sheet out in the lobby too.
Okay.
Or it's a matter of just coming to either Ranch Park or, Ranch Park or Timber Park, the one by Driftwood. Come in your, golf cart or in your neighbor's golf cart, bring your treats, 5:30 to 7 on Halloween. And we'll be giving out candy and we have money from Costa, or if anyone can't be there and wants to just donate, you can donate candy. If you bring it to the office, it will get to Jennifer. We will have tables out there and we'll all park out there and hand out stuff. And if you want to dress up, it's a good time to wear your Halloween costume besides the dance.
Well, Sue, I think we ought to get out the lockbox that we used for the elections to store that candy in the office. Jack said they'd probably eat it.
I didn't say that, you did.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move. Second.
Open forum.